The second most important thing I believe is very valuable if you're trying to succeed and get ahead in America is being curious and audacious. Don't settle only for what you know. Remember, in life, you only know what you know until you know what you didn't know. When you come to America, talk to people, ask people what they do, be courageous, be audacious, experiment with different ideas, read books, find out. Today we are living in a time where there's a lot of information out there free. Hello everybody, once again thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe button. That way whenever we have new content available, you will be the first one to receive them. Please, as you go down watching this video, I implore you to use common sense. Down in the comments especially, there are some bad people out there that will try to scam you of your money, of your hard work. Remember, I will never send you messages through WhatsApp or Telegram. So don't respond to any message requesting you to to join WhatsApp groups or Telegram groups for them to teach you how to invest. I'm just a random guy on YouTube. I'm no expert. I'm not a financial expert. Neither am I an investment professional. I am just sharing my ideas, my opinions, and I hope that it makes a difference in your life. If it does, please use it. If it doesn't, please throw it away. But always remember that we are one information, two information away from making a difference in our lives. Now, the reason I created this channel is very simple. I created this channel because when I reminisce about when I came to America 23 years ago, I wish there were avenues and platforms like this where I could learn how to engage and make the best of this country. It took me over 2 decades of multiple mistakes and trying different things and failing to learn some of the things I'm going to be sharing with you free on this channel in exchange only for you to be able to just subscribe so you get this valuable information as often as possible. So today I'll be talking on the 3 most important things I believe that especially if you're an immigrant in America, it gives you an edge in succeeding, in achieving your goals, and in being able to look back and be proud of your journey. The first most important thing is the people you associate with. Now, there is a usual understanding that a lot of people end at the level of the person who picked them out of the airport. So when you come into America as an immigrant, the person who picks you at the airport will tell you exactly about the things they do and will encourage you to do the things they do. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with that. They are not being malicious or wicked or anything. They are just sharing from the experiences they have. You always have to understand that if you ask the temperature from a giraffe, the giraffe will tell you what the temperature is up there. And if you ask the temperature from a tortoise, the tortoise is going to tell you what the temperature is down there. Both of them are correct because they can only tell you what the temperature is at the altitude in which they are. So associating with the right people is important. It's more even important because it gives you a chance to aspire, right? It gives you a chance to be able to look up and see what possibilities are out there. There is a study that indicates, and I didn't frame this, it exists, that you are about the average of your 5 friends. So if 4 of your friends are working in Burger King, most likely you're working in McDonald's. If 4 of your friends are aspiring to become entrepreneurs or lawyers and make $1 million a year, most likely you are aspiring to make about that much a year. If 4 of your friends are trying to advance their education, learn a specific skill, most likely you are also trying to do that. I know that out of experience because along my journey in America, in addition to all the different things I've done, I also own a business teaching and training people on how to get into the tech industry, on how to get into the IT industry and be able to make over 6 figures a year. And by the way, if you're interested in that, you can always inbox me or leave me a comment in the comment section, and I'll be able to connect with you if you're interested in getting that training. But now what I realize is that a lot of people who came to take the training will take the training and then go get their friends and their closest associates to come and do the same. So in a group of 5 six friends. By the end of the year, all six of them are IT professionals and making over six figures a year. That is how important it is to associate yourself with the right people. And that is how important the people you associate yourself will be able to help catapult you to success in America. The second most important thing I believe is very valuable if you're trying to succeed and get ahead in America is being curious and audacious. I deeply appreciate your time and effort. I just realized over 80% of the people who watch my channel haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Please do me this one favor. Go ahead, click the subscription button. Also click the notification bell so that anytime I have new content, which is very often, you'll be able to get that the first. What do I mean by being curious and audacious? Don't settle only for what you know. Remember, in life, you only know what you know until you know what you didn't know. Right? When you come to America, talk to people, ask people what they do, be courageous, be audacious, experiment with different ideas, read books, find out. You see, not too long ago, I walked into a credit union where a bank, one of the banks I use. And as I was, it was one of those days which it was empty. And as I was standing in line, there was a gentleman standing at the counter. And immediately he was walking towards the teller. The teller looked up to him, smiled, and said, "Hey, Mr. Carlos, we are glad to have you. Welcome in." And when he went to the counter, the lady asked him, "What can I do for you today?" The man said, "I wanted to do a withdrawal." And then the lady said, "How much would you like to withdraw? Would you like to know your bank account balances?" The man said, "Fine." The lady said, "Should I write it down?" He said, "No, just tell me." So at that point, I got curious because the gentleman, of course, didn't look very neat. He had, the dirt and mud on his body. It told me that he probably works in the outdoors, in probably construction or lawn maintenance or something like that. So I became curious and I started reading the teller's lips. And I looked at her and she told the gentleman, "Do you want to know your checking or your savings account balance?" And he said both of them. So the lady looked at the savings account and said $1,970 something in it. And then she looked at the checking account balance and said $17,800 and something $1,000 in the account. Now I looked at the gentleman and I listened to what the teller was saying. I couldn't connect the two. So immediately he left the bank. I went and I finished with my transaction. As I was walking outside, I noticed that he was sitting in his pickup truck. So I quickly rushed to him and I hit his window and I said, "Sir, please, and I know I'm a big black guy and you don't know me, I don't know you, but please, do you mind? Do you have a minute?" He said, "Yes." I said, "I'm an immigrant in America and I just like to talk to people and find out what they do for a living because I'm interested in entrepreneurship and I want to own my own business." I said, "Sir, if you don't mind, can you share with me what you do for a living?" And that's when he told me he's originally from Bolivia and he moved into America 17 years ago. And for the last 10 years, he's had his own trucking business servicing the construction industry. The construction trucks that drop gravel and sand and stones from the side. And I asked him, "How many employees do you have?" He told me he has about 210 employees. And how many trucks? He said about 27 trucks. That's when I started doing my own extrapolation and I realized this gentleman naturally could have $17 million in his bank account. Now, if I wasn't curious, if I wasn't audacious, I would never have spoken to him. I would never have had a little bit of understanding of what that kind of business takes. So the second most important thing you need to be successful in America is to be audacious, to be curious, to read. Today we are living in a time where there's a lot of information out there free. For example, all this information I'm giving you on YouTube, there are a lot of people who won't have the patience to come and watch. They'll be missing out on something, right? So it's important to spend time to be audacious, to read, to find out things, and to be curious. The beautiful thing about America and the possibility that lies in this country is the fact that there is something for everybody. Whatever skill you have, there is a chance you'll be able to find people who need that skill and are willing to pay you handsomely to do some work with that skill. So when you go along, remember the second most important thing, you have to be curious and you have to read and understand what the different opportunities are in America. The third most important thing, and this applies a lot to people like me who immigrated into America at any point in their lives. A lot of times we have a deep emotional connection with where we come from. And when we immigrate into America, the first thing we start thinking and acting and working towards is how to build a life in the country where we came from, forgetting that we need to first of all build a life where we are. We need to first of all make where we are home before we think of making our home of birth a bigger home for us. So we spend a lot of times working hard, especially at those early days. You don't make much yet, 10, 15, maybe $12 an hour. You're working long hours, saving up money and trying to invest back in your country of origin. To me, I think that was a mistake. The first thing you need to do is first of all get settled in America. Get a solid foundation. Look at investment opportunities in America. I'll give you a simple example. There are a lot of investments I did back in my home country of Cameroon when I came to America 15 years ago. If I knew 23 years ago, I did some of those investments 10, 15, 16 years ago. Now, if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have done it that way. You know what I would have done, for example? I would have taken the $60,000, $70,000 to spend doing different things within a 12-month period. I would have bought a rental property in America. I can guarantee you that 15 years later, the value of that property will probably be 3-4 times the initial value. A $150,000 property rising at 3% averagely every year probably today would be 300, maybe 400,000. What that really means is that I would most likely have about $250,000 to $300,000 in equity. Most likely I would have even paid off the home by now, and I will have that value of money available for me to continue to do great things, not only here but in my country of origin. Right? So my third advice to everyone, especially people moving into America, is first of all, settle down. Build your roots. Consider home where you are right now. Look at the investment opportunities. I can tell you for a fact there is no better economy than the US economy. There is no better place to invest your money in this time and age than the US economy. I'm talking about paper assets, which are stocks, which are ETFs. That is a story for another day. And if you watch my videos, I'll educate you more on those opportunities. To real estate opportunities that are available for people of every creed living in this country to invest in, make money, and build their lives significantly. So I hope this makes sense to you. And again, if you are joining the channel for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe on the channel so you can get more information as we go along. But before I leave you today, I want to leave you with this. I don't know where you were born. I might never have a chance to meet you in person. I don't know the circumstances under which you were raised, but let me tell you this. No matter the circumstances, no matter what somebody might have spoken into your mind consistently to trick you to believe that you are not capable, that you are not able, that you are not intelligent enough to be successful in this life, I want to tell you that is a big fat lie. Don't believe them, because you are enough. So as you go out there today and as you continue building your life, be well, be blessed, and never forget to be a blessing to somebody. Until the next time, you are enough.